And do one. In today's video, we will be interviewing Magrovz, or however you pronounce that. I'm not
Magrovz.
amazing.
Think
Oh,
Makarov, but Magrovz.
oh, Magrovz. We'll be asking him about his officer career, and that's pretty much going to be the whole topic. Let's get into it. Now, I know we kind of just answered this, but I want to ask it anyway. What's your username?
My username is Magrovz. Thank you for asking, big man. It's a very unique username. It's hard to come by.
Yep, nice. Um, what would your rank be?
So my current rank is Colonel. I am a senior instructor in the Officer Academy, and I am a sector member of the administrative section.
Oh, nice.
Yes, very nice.
What do you do for the group?
So I do a multitude of things. So for starters, I'm an administrator and document manager, so I make sure the documents are not only kept safe, but they're kept updated with current information. So for example, officer and community regulations, most of them are done by me, since I was previously a marshal. Alongside that, I made all the hosting guides, I made the database for the officers, and I made a lot of other stuff, and I make sure it's updated to this date alongside others in the administrative section. That's my main priority. My secondary priority is being an event hoster and being an instructor in OA. So I make sure that our next generation of officers are up to the standards that are present in the group, alongside hosting events for those to enjoy in the main game.
Nice. Sounds like you have a really important role in the community.
Well, yeah, I try to keep up with the community and do my best wherever I can.
Basically the same question. As a main officer, what are your hosting duties? Do you have
So as
any
mentioned
requirements
before,
as far as that?
we have some hosting. Yeah, we have some hosting duties. So for example, as a senior officer, I'm required to host 5 events per week, which may seem like a lot on paper, but each event is like 20 to 30 minutes. So in reality, it's not that much. You're really only going to be on for maybe um 1 hour a day, and you're going to be spending 1 hour to host 2 events. I think that the system that I implemented, which is the system I'm currently following as a colonel, is something that's positive and generally helps the officer corps as it makes people not become complacent because they have to host a decent amount of events per week and actually show up when it comes to activity, which is something that the officer corps has lacked in the past.
Neat. Uh, Next question. Do you consider being an officer like a hard job?
Yes. As I mentioned in the past, there are a lot of challenging and complex components of being an officer. The primary one being the fact that you have to host and be active. This is a system I've implemented called revolving door doctrine, where those who are inactive or too passive in their roles will slowly be removed over time, kind of like pruning or cutting a bush, while letting those that are active blossom into higher ranks or being able to prove their worth. So far, this system has produced great results with officers hosting upwards of 35 to 40 events per week, which, if you divide by 7, is roughly in the ballpark, or not per week, per day, rather. So we're hosting about, let's see, how many did we host last week? Let me pull that up for you. Get you an insight on how much we hosted. We hosted, let's see, 208 events last week. So throughout the entire 7 days, we hosted 208 events.
Wow, that
Um,
is very impressive.
yeah. So we have a lot of officers hosting a lot of events. It's creating a positive atmosphere. It's creating an atmosphere where players are able to be engaged in the community and players are able to enjoy the experience without having to worry about fitting in or having to spend a lot more time than they should. Because the last thing a player wants is to stop doing their real life activities to do it for online activities. And that's what we try to stop by having constant events out where people can just jump in at any time. They can leave, they can come back, join another event and still be able to get XP and rank up.
Nice. Um, are you in a division? If you're not, would you consider joining a division?
So I am currently not in a division, as I have just retired from Marshal, and Marshals do not have any divisions they can join as they oversee entire sectors. I am, however, planning on joining Infantry Command or Infantry as a high command member of the 212th Attack Battalion. I plan on joining as either XO or AO of the division.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What do you think of the division overall?
I think the division has to make some progress. There are some existing issues with it that could be addressed rather quickly. I understand that the CO has a lot of work, not just on Roblox, but on Discord as well, or on real life as well, as they are an emergency responder. And having proper staff to take care of issues that may persist is something that's incredibly important. And I think that's something they were lacking in the past, as they had a XO in the past who wasn't the best. He had a track record of being rather incompetent.
That is very unfortunate. Um, do you have anything to say to those hoping to become an officer?
I have a lot of things to say about that. For those hoping to become an officer, it's a trial of hardship. All right. When you're in the officer academy, there are a lot of things put on you that'll stress you out and make you upset, but it's made to shape you into someone who can handle stress under any situation. And that's something that we strive to promote in the officer corps. The issue we've had in the past is officers who would freak out at the slightest disturbance or even threaten about leaving over small mishaps. This is something that we've prevented and that we're going to continue to prevent with our teachings in the new officer corps and officer academy. Besides that, though, we're looking for people who are very receptive and communicative alongside being team players. If you meet all those traits, I'm sure you're going to do great.
Nice. Um, what would you say your favorite part about being an officer is?
Interacting with the community 110%. I love spending time with community members, getting to understand their point of views, getting able to talk to them about the group. It's something that's really made me able to be motivated to keep going and keep dedicating time towards the group, as I've been in the group since about uh, the start of May. So I've been in the group for about 2.5, maybe 3 months now, and I haven't lost motivation since. I've been dedicating time every day to affairs, to handling people's questions, problems, that sort of thing. And nothing's changing. I'm still having that same motivation, still that same drive. I can't see it stopping anytime soon.
Nice. I started around the same time as you from the sounds of it. I tried joining the officer corps a few times, but um, I am not amazing at applications, and if there's a background check, I probably did not pass that.
Yeah.
Um, what do you think about the current state of the group overall?
I'm very mixed about it. I think that Slothy was someone who, although was generally disliked, was someone who kept the group together. And although being a tough man, he was a good leader and a figurehead. So with him gone and Crusader in his place, I'm a bit mixed about how the group will run, as I've had a few run-ins with Crusader before that were more negative than positive. And although, he might be different in the command post of Supreme Commander, Supreme was Chancellor, we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, the appointment was made hours ago. There's still so much to be done, so much to see. So we're gonna have to wait and see uh how things go.
Yep. Uh, Next question would be kind of random, but would you like to see an opposing CIS team with a whole group and an officer structure that's like fully set out for the players?
You know what? I would be interested in that. I think that's a great idea. I think that there's a lot of benefit to that as it gives the Raiders a more structured outlook on the community, and it allows people who enjoy raiding to have more of an outlet rather than just buying game passes and ranking up with the in-game XP system.
Yeah, I feel pretty much the same way about that. I would really like to see something like that in the future, and I've had a few people mention that to me during conversations. Um, I'm done asking questions other than, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I think this interview went rather well, and I'm glad that I was able to talk to you and give my point of view on things.
Yep. I appreciate you showing up for this interview. That will be all. Thank you guys for watching the video. hope you enjoy my content, and make sure to leave a like if you want to see more content like this. Well, that is all. Goodbye.